Sir, in this video, I want to discuss about how to create account in sir Google Cloud platform. Google Cloud platform. Okay, some people are going to use a simple GCP, Google Cloud platform. So how you can create account in Google Cloud platform? So this part I want to discuss. Okay, so because these days working on local mission, sir, installing softwares on the local mission, working on local mission never be recommended. Remember this one, sir. Okay, your work on your personal laptops, work on your systems, not recommended, highly recommended. You have to work in the cloud only, because any software very easily you can install. You are not having any restrictions like sir, ram size is not enough, ram size is not enough, or hard disk is not feasible, speed is not up to the mark, processor is not up to the mark, like so these are type of things won't be there for you people, right? Yes, in my regular sessions, always students are always asking, sir, Ubuntu. Yeah, if just whenever I'm taking Linux session, so the people are asking, sir, Ubuntu. I want to install Ubuntu in my system, but I have only 2 GB RAM. Is it enough or not? Array 2 GB RAM is enough, but speed is not up to the mark. Minimum 4 GB must be required. Minimum 4 GB must be required. Okay, like then immediately may ask, sir, so there is no chance to expand, then what I have to do? Are you getting right? This is a very common problem I identified, yes, in my Linux sessions. Then and even personally I faced, whenever I'm installing software in my local machine, the problem is, sir, I'm explaining on Ubuntu. Okay, assume that in the Linux Ubuntu flavor I'm explaining, but some student is asking, sir, can you please explain on CentOS? Can you please explain on CentOS? I'm not in a position to show, because if I install multiple instances, if all these instances are up and running, then my system is going to be down. My system is going to respond very slowly. At certain point my system is going to stuck up also. Okay, that's why, so never recommended to work in your local systems. Okay, so if you want to install any new software, these kind of things is always problem, right? So what you require to do, sir, it's highly recommended better to move to the cloud platforms. Remember that it's always a good idea, it's always recommended to move to the cloud instances, right? Suppose here my requirement is, I want to explain communication across multiple instances. Assume that I want to explain in my regular sessions, sir, with the multiple instances I want to communicate, sir. Assume that, sir, this is my first mission. From here I want to communicate with these instances, like sir, assume that, sir, this is Ubuntu mission, this is Ubuntu mission. Okay, sir, this is Ubuntu mission. Next, and after that, this one is the CentOS, this one is the CentOS. Next, and after that, this one is the Red Hat Linux, Red Hat Linux. Next, and after that, this one itself is something like a mint OS, like a mint mission, like sir. So I have to do some configurations by connecting from Ubuntu all these missions. Assume this is about my requirement, right? Sir, can I do this type of setup in my local system? It's always a bigger problem. Okay, at a time this mission should run, at a time this mission should run, and this one should run, this one should run. Okay, like definitely it's always a problem. So if you have such a type of scalability requirement, if you want to work with multiple instances simultaneously, highly recommended better to go for cloud. Remember that, sir. So just any new software easily you can install in the cloud. Okay, a database I want to install, yes, it's a very easy, sir. An operating system I want to install, yes, a particular package I have to install in the cloud is going to provide big flexibility for us. That's why always recommended, even to practice your code also, better to depend on cloud platforms only, cloud related things only, right? Okay, like, so you should have only two things, right? Okay, one is your what we call box means your computer, that's all. Okay, your just a namesake one computer must be required. Next and after that, if another thing is browser must be required. If these two things are there, then you can do any kind of thing, but in the backend compulsory, sir, you require to use what? Cloud. Okay, remember this. So being, sir, this new generation student never recommended to install softwares in your local machine, never recommended to practice in your local machine. Just the namesake, one box must be required, one dabba must be required, which is nothing but computer. Just a browser must be required. If these two things are there in my hand, then I can practice, I can do any type of configurations, because in the back end, by using this browser, okay, just it is there in my in the cloud, the required thing I can do that. So that's why highly recommended, better to go for what? Cloud platforms, right? Okay, Amazon cloud is available. Next and after that, GCP is available. Okay, Azure is available. Like multiple cloud platforms are there. That is the current trending terminology these days, right? Okay, is it clear for all of, right? What is the need of going for GCP? Now observe carefully, right? Sir, how you can create account in the GCP? Okay, well, sir, it's a very simple, sir. What you have to take is just cloud.google.com. Okay, this is cloud.google.com. Just a GCP account I'm taking, sir. Here, let me open, sir. This is my browser. I don't want to practice anything in my local system. Just observe that everything I have to practice in the cloud only. Okay, assume, sir. Now here, cloud.google.com. Okay, like happily you can create a free account. Okay, just I will show how you can create account. Like have you observed, right? Sir, get started for free. Okay, first observe carefully, right? Sir, which one? Cloud.google.com. Just have a look once. 1 minute, friends. Okay, have a look once. Sir, what is the here website is? Just observe that cloud.google.com. Okay, this is the website what you require to use. Get started for free. Okay, get started for free. Okay, like just click that. Okay, now it will ask for username and password, something like it will ask for username and password. Okay, like yes, now you can provide Durgasoft online. Okay, assume that Durgasoft online, or otherwise just I'm taking Durga. Okay, Durga TOC, something like okay, now here, yes, my password. Okay, like just I log in. Gmail must be required. Okay, so like just here, so free trial. Just observe very carefully, sir. Sir, here just India, country India. I agree to the Google terms and conditions. Continue. But here on the right hand side, very important, sir. Good news for you. It is waiting for you, right? Just observe carefully, right? Yes, $300 credit for free. Okay, so $300 within the over the next 12 months. Sir, in the next 12 months, happily you can use okay, these $300. Next, immediately you ask, sir, after 12 months, is it chargeable or not? Yes, it will be chargeable. Is it automatically upgraded or not? No. If you enable, then only it's going to be happen. If you are not going to enable, that's all. Just your free account, once your free credit is completed, that's all it's going to be. Next, moreover, okay, if you use, then only charge is going to be there. If you are not using, then charge won't be there. Okay, this is also one important thing, sir. Okay, like just continue, like now it will ask for, yes, yeah, just observe that it will ask for individual. Is it individual or business? You have to select, is it individual or business? Like individual. Account type individual. Next, tax information unregistered individual. Okay, like PAN card optional. Just and after that, this year email. Next, you have to provide your address and so on. Next, add the credit or debit card. Have you observed, right? Add credit card or debit card. You require to add. Don't worry, sir. They won't detect anything from your card without knowing you. So just you require to add 1 rupee. 1 rupee will be debited from your account. So under then immediately it will be credited to check whether your provided card is the valid card or not. They won't sir debit anything from your account. Remember this one, sir. So you have to provide card details, something like so like a start a free trial. Everyone in the position to understand, right? Yes, friends. Are you in the position to understand, right? So that's all. You require to provide your card information, and then you have to start. That's all, sir. Okay, like sir, now here just observe carefully. If you can log in, if you can register, so now how you can do that, sir? Okay, just 1 minute here. Just let me let me so what I will do is let me log out from this account. Okay. 1 minute. Yes, let me log out. Let me sign out from this account. Yeah. Now, sir, here I will show once you registered how it is going to be there. Okay, like just once you register, how you can see here. Now just let me, because I already sign in from another email ID. Let me show this one, sir. Don't worry at all. Yeah, just have a look once, sir. Okay. Now here observe that. Okay, Google Cloud Platform, like sir, how much credit is there and so on, it will be available on the top. Okay, anyway, it will be available on the top, but I upgraded, that's why it is not showing. Okay, now go to console. Now observe that. Go to console. Okay, like Google Cloud Platform, this is the console, right? Okay, like sir, now here it is just observe that. Okay, all this information is there. Suppose my requirement is I want to create one virtual machine instance, sir. Up to this, any doubt? So how you can register? Once you register, next once you log in, now go to console. Now this is the home page of your console. Remember that. Okay, this is the home page of your console, right? Now my question is, how you can, sir, create? My requirement is I want to create CentOS instances, sir. Assume that you can select, you can create one CentOS instance, you can create one Red Hat Ubuntu, Red Hat or Ubuntu, like any vision, any instances you can create, but mostly it is the Linux based. Remember carefully, right? It is the Linux based, right? So here, are you seeing anywhere here on the left hand side? Okay, compute engine. I hope you can see compute engine, like you can see, sir. Now, sir, if you click this one, now here virtual VM instances. Okay, like what is that? Compute engine. Next, VM instances. Okay, like now if I click, now it is telling that, okay, you are not having any VM instances, virtual machine instances. Do you want to create? Yes, boss. Can you please create? Okay, now I want to create. Okay, now observe instance one. Okay, what is the name you want to use? Suppose here CentOS one I want to use CentOS one, but here the names should be in the lower case. The names should be in the lower case. Numbers, special characters, like you should not use. By mistake, if I use OS, sir, immediately. So name must be lowercase letters, numbers, and hyphens. Okay, CentOS one. Okay, like I'm taking, sir, CentOS one, like now label you are not required, sir. Here time zone US Central, like you can, if you want, you can select here just for practice sake. So your time zone you can select. Next, and after that here, so one CPU, one virtual computer, 3.75 GB memory it is providing. Of course, it is by default. Okay, like now, sir, here by default, yes, RAM. RAM size, RAM. Okay, by default here Debian GNU Linux 10. Debian by default it is selected. If you want, you can change, no problem at all. Next, 10 GB standard persistent disk it is going to provide. Okay, like now change. Okay, here multiple things are available. CentOS, Container Optimizer OS, Core OS, Debian, Deep, Red Hat Enterprise Linux for SAP, SQL Server on Windows Server like SUSE Linux, Ubuntu, Windows Server, like all these, anything you can select, no problem at all. Okay, like now my requirement is CentOS. Okay, like now, so in the CentOS, which version you require? CentOS 6 or 7 or 8. Any OS you can select. CentOS 7. Okay, like I took, sir. Okay, like select. Okay, like now after that, so here just observe that just now it is showing CentOS, sir, new 20 GB standard persistent disk. Okay, it is 20 GB, so 20 GB standard persistent disk, hard disk it provided, right? Okay, like next this 3.75 GB means RAM. Okay, like now here just yellow HTTP traffic, yellow HTTPS traffic, like because if you want to connect with the SSH clients, then this one we require to do that. Yes, create. Yes, creating virtual instance is ready. Remember that carefully, right? Okay, it is start creating. It is going to take some few seconds. Don't worry. Have you observed, right? It is processing. Keep on. Okay, now your virtual machine is ready, friends. Okay, like now I hope is a clear for you people, right? Sorry, here why it is 1 minute. Yeah, here just observe that your virtual machine. So select here just it is showing 1 minute. Select instance, owner 1, editor 2 members or something like it. It's going to tell. Okay, like labels, monitoring, something like learn, like don't worry about this one, sir. Okay, that's all. So have you observed, right? Okay, like sir, this is CentOS 1 mission is up and running well, no problem at all. Okay, like now here just have a look once, sir. This is my, sir, now my instance is ready. Sir, how you can connect with this instance? Like okay, here just open in browser window happily. Do you know, from the browser only, you can use that. From the browser only you can use this one. Such a type of facility is also there, but not recommended, not recommended. Better to use some SSH clients. Okay, like next there is another biggest advantage. Do you know, if you want to start CentOS in your local system, it is going to take too much time. Are you getting? But in the cloud, every operation is very speed. Remember that every operation is very speed, sir, speedily. If you want to install a package where in the normal local system it's going to take 2 minutes, but there just 20 seconds is more enough. Okay, if you want to stop your operating system, it is going to take some 3 minutes, but here 30 seconds is more enough. Okay, like so it's here operations will become very speed. Okay, remember that, sir. Now CentOS is ready. Okay, like now, sir, up to this, any doubt about this one? Yes, friends. Yes, what we did, sir. Just create an account for cloud.google.com. Next, and after that, what I did is I created one CentOS instance for my practice sake. Okay, well. Next, what we have to take here is, sir, this CentOS is available where? CentOS is available where? Okay, in the cloud. Are you getting? In the cloud it is available, sir. On cloud it is there. So now, how I can connect up from my Windows usually, sir? How you can connect? Okay, Linux instance, remote server instances by using some clients, SSH clients. Okay, like one such type of client is Putty, the oldest SSH client. Okay, Putty. Next, and after that, Mobaxterm, XShell, like multiple clients are available to connect. Yes, yes, H client. Okay, these are clients. By using this client, I will connect with this remote machine, and happily I can execute the required commands. I can perform my required work. Okay, now my question is how I can install, okay, putty. Okay, if you want the Mobextam and Excel in our regular classes I covered, just let me show how you can install putty. Okay, like sir, what is the putty? Please confirm. What is the purpose of putty, sir? Putty is it is an, yes, it is SSH client. SSH client. By using this, we can connect. We can connect with remote missions, remote missions or servers, and we can perform required operations, and we can perform required operations. Okay, that is the purpose of putty, sir. Okay, well, now how to install putty? Okay, just very simple, sir. Now how to install putty? How to install putty? Okay, like sir, it's a very simple, sir. You are not required to worry much about this. What you can take here is open the Google. Okay, open the Google. Next, here there is one small another thing also I want to. Okay, just let me take putty. Okay, putty download. Okay, like I'm talking putty download, like sir, here download putty dot download putty dot okay, like you can take. Sir, have you observed putty is an SSH under telnet client? Okay, so which can be used for the Windows platform, something like it is telling. So just what I'm trying to take. Yeah, here let me click this one. Okay, now you can download this installer. You can download this installer and then you can install. But instead of that, you can download exe file directly, a lightweight exe file. Regarding a lightweight exe file, you can download, sir. Now let me download this one. Okay, just download it. Very lightweight, sir. Sir, here just let me copy this one to my desktop. Okay, well, let me copy this one to the desktop. Yes, sir, putty maybe earlier I downloaded, that's why these numbers are coming, right? Okay, well, if I open this one, if I open, yeah, just run, that's all. Putty. Okay, that's all. By using this putty, we can connect any remote mission, sir. That remote mission may be available in the Google Cloud, or may be available in the Amazon, or may be available somewhere else. Okay, like any remote mission we can connect. But anyway, it is so from oldest SSH client, most of the people are using in the companies. But anyway, these days the people are habituized to use Mobextam and the XShell. Okay, like, but anyway, don't worry. Putty, let me show, sir. Sir, now my question is, okay, sir, actually I in my system putty is already there. That's why it is showing yes available sessions. Don't worry, sir. If you open first time, it is something like this. Okay, well, now if you want to connect with the remote mission, yes, observe very carefully, sir. If you want to connect with the remote mission which is there on the cloud platform, what you have to do, security must be required. Okay, security must be required. SSH, either by using username and password you can connect, or by using, okay. So I hope how to install putty, it is a very clear for you. Just download putty.exe file, that's all. Just download putty.exe file, that's all. Every time run that file, automatically it is going to be open. Okay, like, next how to connect from okay putty to remote server instance. How you can do that, sir? Sir, here take very special care about this one. So compulsory some sort of authentication must be required. Okay, SSH authentication. SSH authentication must be required. Assume that, sir, have you ever heard about public key, private key, something like? private key, public key, something like, okay, like, sir, it is, sir, for authentication purpose we can use. What we will do is, if you want to send the data, if you want to send the data to the remote machines, okay, like, sir, now you are the sender. Now, sir, multiple server instances are there. You can communicate with CentOS, or you can communicate with Ubuntu. You can communicate with some other machine from these windows, from the windows, like, from the Windows putty, like, you can do that. So what we require to do is, you should maintain private key. What is the key you have to maintain? Because you are communicating, because you are communicating, you required what? Private key. Private key. Next, you have to provide public key. You have to provide public key to these people, sir, to these receivers. Okay, public key, sir, you can share. Okay, you can share to these people, right? Now, whenever you are trying to communicate, whenever you are trying to communicate with this server instance, compulsory you require to provide your private key. Now this mission is going to validate this private key against this private public key. If there is a sync, then only connection is going to be established. Then only you can perform required operations. Yes, is it clear, right? How it is going to work? You have to use what? The private key. Compulsory you require to maintain private key. Every time whenever you are trying to communicate with the server instance, you have to send private key. So this private key is validated against this public key. If both are matched, then only, if both are matched, then only, sir, connection is going to be established. SSH connection is going to be established, so that security will be there. Okay, like, now my question is, how to generate public and private keys? Are you getting? How to generate public and private keys? And private keys, this is the bigger problem. How to generate public and private keys, it is the problem, right? What we have to do is very simple, friend, very very simple. What you can do, so there are multiple ways are there to generate SSH public and private keys. Okay, one way, either by using commands, we can, or by using UI tools also. UI tools we can generate. So there is one tool is there. There is one tool is there. Putty Gen. Okay, which is the responsible to generate public and private keys. Are you getting? Which tool? Can you please spell out? Hey, respond. Don't be silent. Which tool? Which tool? What is this tool name? Putty Gen. Okay, Putty Gen is there, which is going to provide public and private keys. Okay, so once a public and private key combination is going to be provided, then I will keep private key with me, and I will share the public key with the server instance, so that happily we can communicate. Okay, like, yes, you should aware, sir. Now, how you can do that? So first you have to download or install Putty Gen tool. It is also very lightweight. Don't worry much. Putty Gen download, like, you can take. Yes, here Putty downloader. Okay, like, Putty Gen. Okay, what is that? Can you please spell out, sir? Putty Gen download, like, you can take. Putty Gen download. Okay, Putty Gen download. Okay, like, now click this one, puttygendownload.com, puttygen.com only. Okay, just observe that. Putty Gen on Windows, Putty Gen on Mac, Putty Gen for Linux, Putty Gen for on Windows. Okay, like, Putty installation download page. Okay, like, don't worry, how to install Putty on, run Putty. Okay, 1 minute. Putty install Putty Gen on Windows. Okay, like, 1 minute. Yeah, download Putty. Why the Putty is coming? 1 minute. So automatically once we install this Putty Gen, 1 minute. Okay, I can take this PuttyGen using PuttyGen key generator for a. Okay, PuttyGen is a key tool. Have you observed, right? PuttyGen is a key generator tool for creating SSH keys for Putty. Okay, it is analogous to SSH key gen tool. Okay, like PuttyGen download and install. PuttyGen download and install. Download the PuttyGen installation page, something like. Okay, here now download. 1 minute, 1 minute. Download. Yes, keep. Okay, maybe Putty is also will come. Will come, sir. Putty and PuttyGen both will come, I hope. Okay. Now I got this installer. Okay, copy. Okay, here like let me click this one. Run next. Okay, remove. Already it is there, it seems. Finish. Okay, here just run next. Install. Okay, maybe Putty and PuttyGen both are going to come, it seems. Okay, well, sir, now observe that. Am I getting PuttyGen or not? Yes, no, no, only Putty came. Okay, PuttyGen not there. Okay, 1 minute. PuttyGen installer. Putty installation package, it is asking. Why? PuttyGen on Windows to create SSH keys. Can you please observe that? PuttyGen is a key tool. SSH keys for Putty. SSH keygen is used for PuttyGen download and install. Download Putty. Putty key generator. Download Putty installation package. Where is that? Was already. Package contains directly puttygen.exe. Hmm. Is it? No. Yes. Sir, PuttyGen is already installed in my system. Yes, here just observe carefully. Okay, here putty, just putty. Okay, this is the puttygen app is already there, just already installed, sir. Okay, now observe carefully. Already installed. Now what we have to do, sir? Have you observed putty key generator? Okay, like it is showing putty key generator, like sir. Now generate. Okay, generate, like I'm trying to take generate. Okay, here if I use just in the here in the blank space you required. Okay, you in the here, just observe carefully. Let me open again. Let me open again. Put in. Okay, okay, just generate. After clicking this one, just move your cursor on this blank space, then only it is going to generate the key. Okay, remember this. Okay, just I click nothing. So if I move here, then speedily it is going to generate. Okay, now sir, public key generated. Okay, assume, let me keep the name as Durga. Okay, key comment as Durga. Sir, now take very special care, sir. Okay, this key I have to share to which person? Respond. This key I have to save to which person? Which person? Okay, to the server. Correct or not? To the remote server instance. What I will take is, now let me save this code. Okay, let me copy this one, sir. Okay, here somewhere I'm taking public key. Okay, you can save to the file also, no problem at all. Let me take here. This is my public key, sir. Okay, now here just save private key. Save private key. So are you sure you want to save this key without passphrase to protect it? Okay, yes, no problem, you can. Now what I'm taking is private key. Okay, private key like this I'm taking, sir. Private key, like here, just observe that private key. Now automatically .ppk extension is going to come. .ppk extension will come. It is telling that putty private key, something like save. Okay, it's already there, overwrite, yes. Okay, now public key is available here, and the private key I saved into a file. Where is that? Is yes, this is the file. Now if you want, observe this. This is the private key. Okay, observe that very carefully, sir. This is the private key, and I saved this public key, sir. Okay, well, now this public key I have to provide, I require to provide to the server instance. Okay, observe, sir, this step is a very important, sir. How we can do that? How we can do that, sir? Very simple. Here, under compute engine, there is one tab is there named with metadata. Have you observed? Have you observed, right? Metadata. Yes, under compute engine, there is a tab metadata. Under, if I click this metadata, here metadata SSH keys. Okay, SSH keys. Okay, like you have. Okay, SSH keys like you have. Okay, like now here SSH keys like you have to take. Okay, here just edit. Here edit like already some keys are there. Forget about those. What I will do, add item. Can you please enter public SSH key? Where that public SSH key is available here, this is the public SSH key. Okay, like you can now save. Okay, saving SSH key. Of course, there are some more things are there. You are not required to worry. Yes, saving. Up to this, any doubt? Can you please confirm? Are you in the position to understand, right? Now my public key is available with the server instance. Okay, well, okay, successfully saved SSH keys. Okay, like now let me go to virtual VM instances. Okay, like now, sir, internal IP, external IP is there. Just copy this external, copy this external IP. of our virtual machine. Okay, copy external IP of this virtual machine. So by using this IP address, I can connect it to that remote machine and I can perform my required operations. Okay, like how you can do that? Very simple, sir. Okay, what you can do? Let me open putty. Okay, putty already already it is there, sir. Okay, let me open putty. Okay, now here if I observe, if you are seeing, there is one tab is there here, SSH. Sir, here private key you have to provide SSH. There is one tab is there here. Sir, here connection SSH. Under that authentication, like just click. Sir, here observe carefully. In the putty SSH, under that auth, now it is asking browse for private key file for authentication. So just a browse. In the desktop, there is a private key dot ppk is there. Just a browse this one, sir. Okay, here just what you can save the with the session name Durga, save, sir. Okay, I didn't save the IP address because IP address is always going to be, do you know something? Every time the IP address of my server instance may be changed. That's why, like, now what is your IP address? Okay, like now enter this IP address. Now observe this. Whenever I'm using the word, can you please open means, now the request will go to remote instance and the private key is already there. It will. Now my remote instance is going to validate against that public key. If both are matched, then only connection is going to be happen. Okay, now have a look once, sir. Open. Okay, now warning potential security. Okay, breach. Okay, now no problem. Yes, login. Yes, Durga. I'm doing, sir. Login as Durga. Have you observed? If you are seeing this one, sir, 1 minute, let me, sir, what I will do is change settings. Okay, like here, just observe carefully. Here, just change settings. Like I will change my settings. Okay, 1 minute. Where is that? Duplicate, save, change settings. Okay, next here appearance. Okay, change prompt here. Okay, font, what I want to take some 80 or 20 bold. Okay, apply. Okay, like yes. Okay, now login as Durga, authenticating with the public key Durga. Okay, like sir, if you are not providing that private key, then authentication is not going to be happen. If you didn't save that public key on the server instance, authentication is not going to be happen. Remember that. Okay, sir, public and private key authentication is happening. This is SSH authentication, sir. Okay, like now here have you observed? Durga is coming. This is the CentOS 1. Okay, now pwd, observe that /home/Durga. Okay, like now, sir, ls. If I use ls, nothing is there, sir. Let me create a file. Let me create a file. Touch a.txt. I'm taking. Let me write echo hello, like hello world, something like I'm asking. Sir, now here just observe that. Can you please write this data to a.txt, something like, okay, yeah, sir, cat a.txt. What the content is there, hello world is there, like. I hope is that clear for all of you, right? Any explanation is required about this one? Observe that, sir. I want Ubuntu instance also. Okay, on my cloud. Array, what is the problem? Just go for virtual machine. Okay, go for compute engine, VM instances, create new instance. Then, sir, now you want to ubuntu 1 you required. Okay, now here by default it is Debian. Okay, now change to Ubuntu. Okay, change to, okay, Debian. Next Ubuntu. In the Ubuntu, Okay, 16 you required, 18 you required, 19 you required, 20 you required, something like based on your requirement. Okay, Ubuntu 18. Okay, like I'm taking, yes, select. Okay, like, sir, hello HTTP topic, hello HTTP, yes, topic, create. Yes, creating instance. Now Ubuntu is there. Now you can practice your code either in the CentOS or in the Ubuntu machine. No problem at all. Yes, it will be created. Don't worry. Do you know? Just if I want Ubuntu on my local laptop, local system, how much work I have to do that? It is almost around 2 hours process like installation. Just in the cloud, matter of 2 minutes. Okay, my Ubuntu system is ready. Yes, here have you observed, right? Ubuntu is ready. Now you can connect. What is the IP address here? Just a copy. External IP address copy. Now let me open. Sir, put it. Let me open putty like now what I have to take is, okay, Durga is already there. Sir, Durga is already there. Okay, load, sir, and already authentication is already happened from Windows machine to that, okay, like a cloud platform. Now open. Okay, like, now observe carefully. Yes, 1 minute, it is, yeah, connection timed out. Okay, let me open again, run. Let me save, load, and then this is the IP address. Open. Yes. Okay. Login as Durga. Okay, like authentication public key by using Durga. Yes. Have you observed, right? Now you can see. Now you can see. Sir, Ubuntu. I hope you can just save, change settings. Okay, like appearance. Next change. Okay, like 20 bold, something like this. Now apply. Yes, have you observed, right? Ubuntu mission is ready. Okay. Now you can work with Ubuntu, CentOS. Tomorrow, okay, some other system is required, some other instance is required. Why not? Any instance you can create in the cloud. That much easy, sir. So now here one small problem we are facing. How many putty instances I open? There are two. One is for Ubuntu, one is for CentOS. Okay, it is not that much feasible for us. Okay, what I will do is, so in the same window only, first tab for CentOS, second tab for Ubuntu, third tab for some other, it will be good. Okay, like, so, but in this putty there is a problem. Okay, tabbing won't be there. Okay, for every connection a separate window is going to be open, right? Okay, to solve this problem we have super putty concept. Okay, super putty concept. Okay, like, to solve this problem we have super putty. Okay, let me install super putty. Yes, yeah, super putty download. It is also very lightweight. Don't worry at all. Okay, putty jan super putty download. Okay, like, download super putty download super putty. Here license to run super putty download. Okay, like, download setup file, download super putty setup installer. Okay, let me take installer. Okay, click here to download. Yes, it is going to start to download. Yes, here if you observe that, yes, it is going to download. Don't worry. Yes, download completed. Now let me take this super putty. Yes, here just observe that. Yes, let me install super putty. Run. Next. Accept. Next. Install, like. Okay, it is a very lightweight. Don't worry, sir. Finish. Okay, now, sir, here let me open super putty. If I open super putty, so super putty, to work a super putty, compulsory putty should be there in your system. Remember this one, sir. To work a super putty, putty should be there in your system. And in the putty, whatever sessions you saved, all those sessions by default will be available to the super putty. Now observe that. Have you observed? Durga is available here. Okay, host. Now observe carefully. Let me go to my cloud platform. Let me go to my cloud. I want to connect with the CentOS. If you want to connect with the CentOS, okay, what is external IP? Yes, copy. Okay, now here let me here paste. And here this Durga is already came. Okay, with that already I saved my private key. Okay, connect. Now observe. Okay, login. Yes, Durga. Yes, authentication. Yes, success. Have you observed, right? Authentication success. Now, if you want change settings, okay, appearance, okay, like, sorry, appearance, okay, like, now, here, just I'm trying to take, yes. Here, observe carefully, right? It is simple putty only. The advantage is multiple tabs. With multiple tabs, you can work, no problem at all. Sir, now observe, sir, here, you name, okay, iPhone operating system. What is the operating system name? Okay, GNU Linux. It is sir, do you know it is operating system name? Of course it is. Which ones are CentOS? Have you observed? CentOS instance, right? Now I want assume that I want Ubuntu also. I want to connect with Ubuntu. Then go to the cloud. Next, Ubuntu external IP address, just a copy. Next, go to the super putty. Here, just okay, type, okay, like, next, same session, okay, like, enter, run. Yes, friends, have you observed? Durga, okay, like, I'm providing, sir. Okay, like, now have a look once, sir. If you observe, now multiple tabs, we are in the position to work. Have you observed, right? Multiple tabs. Okay, first tab meant work with the CentOS. Second tab for Ubuntu. How beautiful it is. Yes, friends. Okay, like, now you can connect with the multiple missions from the super putty, and happily you can work. This type of thing itself is nothing but, okay, super putty. Wow, multiple tools we covered, friends. Okay, in this small session. Okay, sir, here first I created account created free account in Google, okay, cloud platform. Google Cloud Platform. Okay, this is the first thing I did. Okay, this is GCP. What we can. Next and after that, okay, in that I created a free account in Google Cloud Platform. We created one CentOS virtual machine instance. VM instance I created. Okay, like, next I created, okay, one Ubuntu VM instance. Okay, like, I did these activities, right? Next, to connect with the remote servers, usually we will use SSH clients. Okay, okay, what we have, putty, like, putty we can use. Next, and after that, mobax term you can use. Next, xshell we can use, like, but anyway, so to connect with this, okay, I created, okay, one, I installed putty, sir. I installed putty. Putty is a small exe file. That's all. Beyond that, nothing, sir. Okay, like, but to connect with the remote servers by using putty, okay, anyway, SSH authentication must be required. SSH authentication must be required, right? So for that, okay, we have to generate SSH public and private keys. Sir, for this, what I did is putty gen. Okay, putty gen, one tool I install, sir. Putty gen. This is the putty gen installer, right? once sir, by using this puttygen, what we have to do is we can generate, we can generate, okay, here we can generate public, we can generate public and private keys, okay, like next so this public key I saved, public key saved in SSH keys of VM instances, okay, VM instances. In the metadata I saved this public key I provided to the server instance. Next in the putty we provided, we saved, we provided a private key. Have you remembered, right, sir, how I provided private key in the putty? Very simple. Putty, okay, in the putty here SSH authentication, here you require to browse, okay, browse your private key. That's all, just I provided that, okay, like next so now by using putty and the IP address, this private key and the IP address we can connect with the remote server. Whenever you are sending the request, this private key will be validated at server side with the public key. If both are matched, then SSH connection is going to be opened. That's all. All the people are in the position to understand clearly, right, what I'm doing? Okay, well, next so the problem with the putty is at a time only one window for every connection, separate putty window is going to be open. If you want to work with the multiple missions simultaneously, maintaining multiple windows is a bigger problem. I want multiple tabs in the same window, multiple tabs in the same window, okay. If you want this tabbing facility, tabbing facility, if you want, then we require to go for what? Super putty, okay, then we require to go for super putty. That's all, okay, by using super putty. Okay, super putty is just a wrapper which is always going to work with putty only. So to use a super putty, compulsory putty should be there in your system. Remember, whenever you open super putty first time, it may ask location of putty, putty.exe you have to provide, okay, location of putty.exe you require to provide, because super putty is always going to work on putty.exe only. That's why you require to provide. That's all. So clear, right? But anyway, you may have a number of doubts. Okay, once you start to doing that, then all the things are going to be clear. Okay, don't install any softwares on your bleedy local systems. Okay, local systems. So you require one dummy system, one browser, everything we have to do that. Okay, like sir, very recently one faculty, one of my colleague, he asked, Durga, I want to buy a beautiful laptop with high end configurations, even I'm ready to pay almost around 2 lakhs also. I want to take that much huge, like so my response is I saw from top to bottom. Getting, I saw from top to bottom. If the cloud is already there, what is the need of this bloody high-end configuration system, which is a too stupid kind of decision. Okay, we require a small dabba, we require a small box browser, everything we require to do in the cloud only. It is the current trend, you have to adapt this trend only. Clear, right? Any doubt? Okay, that's all. Thank you. So just we will meet soon again. Okay, there is a small doubt is there, sir? Okay, there is a small doubt is there. Okay, they are charging per hour basis, per hour means okay, minutes and so on, per hour basis they are going to charge. That's why, so whenever you are working with the platforms, so Google cloud platforms, what you have to do, okay, if you are not required any virtual instance and so on, what you can do is you can delete that instance, and later if you want to practice, you can create. Matter of 2 minutes job, right? Okay, that's why whatever instances I created, okay, now have you observed, right? Two instances I created, just what you can do is at the bottom delete this instance. Okay, if you want just let me stop. Okay, just select and then here stop button is there. Okay, do you want to stop? Yes. Okay, do you want to stop? Yes. Okay, like yes, stop. Both instances are going to be stopped. Okay, because for your instances memory is reserved. Have you remembered 3.5 or 3.75 GB? Okay, RAM is reserved. Next 20 GB hard disk is reserved for every virtual instance. For that charges are going to be counted. That's why what you can do is once your work got completed, okay, once the work got completed, highly recommended, okay, to remove the instances. I'm not currently using any disk space or any process or something, like you have to give the assurance. Remember that. Yes, it's keep on processing, so matter of just a few seconds it's going to be, because both server instances are going to be stopped. Yes. So stopping virtual instance succeeded. This one succeeded. If you want, you can delete. That's all. Okay. Do you want to delete? Do you want to delete? Here, just observe that this one also succeeded. Both are stopped. Next, if you want, you can delete. Yes, no problem at all. Delete. Yes, delete like. Now you can just select and here also delete. That option is there. Both at a time you can delete. That's it. Okay, now not going to be charged anything because my server instances are all also deleted, right? That's what you people should aware clearly. Any explanation is required? Can you please confirm? Difference between internal yeah, firewall should need be enabled for our server instance while creating. No, not required. Not required. Next, difference between internal IP and external IP. Yes, what is the difference between internal IP and external IP? Sir, here very simple, very simple. If you are already in the cloud, you are already in the cloud. From one VM instance to another VM instance, if you want to communicate, then better to communicate via internal IP address. Okay, so that speed will be more because you are already in the same cloud platform. So one mission to another mission, if you want to communicate, better to communicate by using internal IP address. Okay, like but from outside person, if you want to communicate from outside person, if you want to communicate just like we connected by using putty, right? So if you want, then how you can connect, sir, by using external IP address. Getting? Yes, what the difference between internal and external IP address? So within the cloud, from one mission to another mission, if you want to communicate, internal IP must be required. Okay, from outside, if you want to connect, then we require to go for external. Yes. So under metadata VM instances metadata, we are providing okay SSH keys. Have you remembered? We are providing SSH keys. These are global SSH keys. Correct. For entire cluster, these are the global. Next, for server level also it is possible, but anyway, just we are not required that level just for our practice. Just these are global. That's why for once I configured for CentOS, for Ubuntu, I didn't configure because already that metadata is available. That's it. Any doubts?